The vast expanse of the Tau-controlled human refugee camp stretched out before me, a sanctuary nestled amidst the turmoil of the galaxy. On this planet, Refugea, the Tau Empire had positioned themselves as beacons of hope in the 41st millennium, welcoming Imperial civilians seeking refuge from the ravages of war bordering their territory. Humanity, in its desperate search for safety, found solace within these makeshift shelters, believing they could find a new life under the benevolent embrace of the greater good. As I navigated the maze-like pathways of the camp, my eyes keenly surveyed the faceless masses that passed by. With the mundane boredom of waiting for processing to formally join the Tau Empire, a crackling from the intercom interrupted my thoughts. "Karina, internal security here. How's the investigation going?" The voice on the other end belonged to my sponsor, an agent of the Watercast. I had assumed the role of an investigator, driven by my past as a local law enforcer in the Damocles Gulf. The Dark Elders' invasion had shattered that life. Now, I had an uncanny ability to discern hidden truths amidst the whispers that danced within these fragile walls. The planetary government had enlisted me to keep tabs on my fellow refugees. An unease gnawed at me, suggesting something far more sinister lurking in the shadows. I leaned closer to the intercom. "Once this is done, will you expedite my paperwork?" "Of course, Karina. First, let's determine if these cultists pose a threat. Over and out." It was on one quiet evening, as the orange hues of the setting sun painted the horizon, that I spotted a figure unlike any other. A cloak draped their form, concealing their features and intentions. They moved with an air of secrecy, slinking through the camp with a purpose that sent shivers down my spine. While the chaos of the camp often masked unusual behavior, there was an unmistakable aura of sinister intention surrounding this mysterious figure. I was oblivious to the sinister forces coiling beneath the surface. Driven by curiosity and an insatiable desire to protect my newfound home, I decided to shadow this enigmatic presence. Careful to remain unnoticed, I traced their steps through the labyrinthine paths and narrow alleys. The figure's movements were deliberate, avoiding the prying eyes of the unsuspecting refugees, and I caught a glimpse of their terrifying expression, fear etched into their face, sending shivers down my spine. Determined, I continued my pursuit, growing more cautious and vigilant as I ventured deeper into the maze of the camp, all while the moon hung ominously in the sky. The pieces of a dark puzzle began to fall into place. As the night dragged, I discovered hidden meeting places, concealed messages and cryptic symbols etched into the walls. Each revelation brought me closer to the horrifying truth, the existence of a secret cult thriving within the very heart of our sanctuary. But time was running out. Unbeknownst to me, the cultists were poised to unleash their malevolent plans, their nefarious rituals and twisted devotion threatening to plunge our fragile refuge into chaos and despair. With a heavy heart and a newfound sense of urgency, I resolved to expose the cult's treachery. The weight of our collective survival rested upon my shoulders as I, an unlikely investigator, prepared to confront the horrors lurking within our midst, while the cultists enacted their insidious plans. In the heart of our camp, a grand and macabre ritual unfolded. It was a sight that seared itself into my mind, a swirling vortex of dark energy, pulsating with malevolence, surrounded by figures cloaked in the garb of forbidden rites. As their voices rose in a blasphemous chorus, a tear in reality itself began to form. The warp responded to their call, whispering promises of power and chaos. Demonic entities clawed their way through the veil, drawn by the ritualistic summoning, their twisted forms materializing in our world. Fear gripped me as the true nature of the cult was revealed. The promises of Refugea, protection and unity, shattered before my eyes, replaced by a horrifying spectacle that defied all reason. Chaos had tainted our sanctuary, desecrating the very notion of safety I had sought. In the face of this overwhelming darkness, I fled back the way I came, having realized that my life and the camp's very existence were at stake. I had unwittingly stepped into the start of an invasion that would determine the fate of Refugea, the destiny of the Tau and humanity intertwined in a struggle against unspeakable horrors.